Hello everyone, welcome to SR Maths Learning. So this is my second video in limits. So please watch full video to understand the limits topic clearly. So in this video, we are going to discuss what is algebra of limits and the problems on algebra of limits and left hand limits and right hand limits. So let's see first what is algebra of limits means where and where we can take the algebra of limits means limits how can we apply. So algebra of limits, the first thing in this today's video. So here we have some rules, some properties. If f is a constant, if f is a constant function, if f is a constant function, so let us assume that f of x is equal to k, then limit extends to a f of x means limit extends to a is k is equal to k directly. So if there is no function in x, then no need to substitute the x value. So this is the first property. Property number 2, if limit extends to a, if limit extends to a, k into some f of x can be written as k into limit extends to a f of x. So after substituting the limit in this function, let's think limit extends to a, f of x is equal to f of a, that is some L if you'll assume. So it will become KL. It will become KL. So point number 3, algebra of limits, point number 3. So limit, let's think limit extends to a, and f of x and g of x are two functions which exist, finite numbers. F of x plus or minus g of x, if they are given, so we can write this one as a limit extends to a f of x plus or minus limit extends to a g of x. So we can substitute the value of x in this. So if after substituting, let's think limit extends to a f of x, so value is L, and the limit extends to a g of x value is m. So it will become L plus or minus m. So next, limit extends to a f of x into g of x can be taken as limit extends to a into f of x into limit extends to a into g of x, so which is L into m. So point number 5, limit extends to a f of x by g of x, where provided g of x is not equal to 0. So we can write limit extends to a f of x divided by limit extends to a g of x, which is nothing but L by m, where m is not equal to 0. And point number 6, how can we write this? Limit extends to a 1 by some f of x can be written as 1 by limit extends to a f of x, which can be written as 1 by L, where L not equal to 0. Next, point number 7. Limit of a function, like limit extends to a f of some phi of x. So you have to find out the limit of this function. Then we can write f of limit of extends to a phi of x. So which is f of L. So point number 8. Limit extends to a f of x whole power n can be written as limit extends to a f of x whole power n, which is L power n, where n belongs to natural numbers. Next, limit extends to a b power f of x can be written as b power limit extends to a f of x. So b power L, where b is greater than 0. So these are the algebra of limits. So let's see the problems based on this. Problem number 1. So based on the algebra of limits and based on LHL and RHL, left hand limit and right hand limit. So solved examples. Let's see solved examples. So question number 1, if f of x is equal to x plus 1, where x is less than 1, and 1 plus sine pi by 2 x for x greater than 1, then check the existence of limit extends to 1, then check the limit check the existence of limit check the existence of limit extends to 1 f of x. So let's see how to solve this problem. I already told you in the last video, if limit should exist means its left hand limit should be equal to the right hand limit. The left hand limit should be equal to the right hand limit. So let's check the left hand limit of f of x. So that means limit extends to 1 minus f of x. So 1 minus f of x means nothing but here x is less than 1. 1 minus x is less than 1. When x is less than 1, very clearly they are given f of x, we should take x plus 1. So that means limit extends to 1 x plus 1. So if you substitute the x, so after taking the limit function, so no need to write the 1 minus like that, because this minus indicates to take what f of x we should take. So most of the people will get confused here. So if any special functions will be there, to remove that special functions, we will use this 1 minus 1 plus. So if you will substitute the limit here now, so it will become 1 plus 1, which is 2. So left hand limit, I got the 2. So let's check the right hand limit. So that is the limit extends to 1 plus f of x, that is equal to 1 plus in the sense, if you'll see here in the question, so when 1 plus means it is x greater than 1. So when x greater than 1, this is what we have to take the f of x value. So let's take that. So for x greater than 1, so limit extends to 1, f of x value is 1 plus sine pi by 2 x, 1 plus sine pi by 2 x. So we can write this one as 1 plus limit extends to pi by 2, 1 here, sine pi by 2 x. So x value, if you substitute the 1, it will become sine pi by 2, which is 1. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So if you look at clearly here, left hand limit of the function is equal to right hand limit is equal to 2. So therefore, limit extends to 1, f of x exists and its value is 2. Exists and its value is 2. So hope you understand. So how to find out whether the limit is exist or not at the given value. So next question number 2, what we have is, if f of x is equal to tan x when x less than pi by 4 and sine square x when x greater than pi by 4, then check existence of limit extends to pi by 4 f of x, extends to pi by 4 f of x. So let's check this. So first left hand limit I will check. Left hand limit in the sense limit extends to pi by 4 minus. So here, so they are talking about the extends to pi by 4. So we have to check the pi by 4 minus and pi by 4 plus. We should check left hand limit. Left hand limit is extends to pi by 4 minus f of x, and the right hand limit is limit extends to pi by 4 plus f of x. This we have to check. So limit extends to pi by 4 minus f of x means when x is less than pi by 4. So what they are given the function is tan x we should take for that. So that is the limit extends to pi by 4 minus we took tan x. So tan x. So what you will get the tan x here? What you will get the tan x? So tan x, tan pi by 4 is tan by 4 is 1. So tan pi by 4 is 1 approximately. So next if you will see RHL. right hand limit. So limit extends to pi by 4 plus f of x. So when right hand limit means x greater than pi by 4, so we should take our f of x as a sine square x. So that's why limit extends to pi by 4, so it will become sine square x. So if I substitute the x value here, sine pi by 4 whole square, we can write this one. So square sine square x, we can write like sine x whole square. So which is 1 by root 2 whole square, which is 1 by 2. So if you see here, left hand limit you got 1, right hand limit we got 1 by 2. So therefore, left hand limit is not equal to the right hand limit. So limit of the function does not exist. Therefore, limit extends to pi by 4, f of x does not exist. Does not exist. So hope you understand clearly. So how to check the this, right? So next, let's check one box of function. Box function. So what is the question is here? Question number 3. Question number 3 is if this denotes greatest integer function, then limit extends to 0, sine of box of minus a secant square x divided by 1 plus box of cos x. 1 plus box of cos x. So here options they are given. Option A is sine 1, option B is minus sine 1, option C is sine 2, option D is minus sine 2. So these are the options that are given. So let's check the left hand limit and right hand limit of this one. So if you see left hand limit, so here 0 plus 0 minus it will be extends to 0 minus sine of box of secant square x divided by 1 plus box of cos x. So 0 minus what will be? Secant square x 0 minus is nothing but 1 only. So secant square we have, right? So it will become 1. So that is nothing but limit extends to 0. If you substitute the limit here, so when 0 minus, this will become secant square x becomes secant 0 is 1. So it will become sine of minus 1 divided by 1 plus cos x will become 0. So this will become what it will become. So let's just see once. So this will become minus 1 point something. So it will become minus 2 box x function we have here. So it will become minus 2. So it will become sine of minus theta will be minus sine theta, means minus sine 2. So if you take right hand limit, so limit extends to 0 plus sine minus of secant square x divided by 1 plus mod cos x. So 0 plus means what you'll get here. So 0 plus is also, so you'll get minus sine 2 only, sine of minus 2 you will get. So by 1 plus 0, which is minus sine 2. So therefore, limit exists and the value of this limit is minus sine 2. So hope you understand this clearly. So let's see one more question. The question is question number 4. Limit extends to a box of f of x plus g of x is equal to 2 and limit extends to a box of f of x minus g of x is equal to 1. Then limit extends to a f of x into g of x is equal to what? F of x into g of x is equal to what? So if you look at very clearly, if box of x is equal to 1, means it is a greatest integer function. Here this box denotes the greatest integer function. So if box of x is equal to n, very clearly we know that x is less than n plus 1 and greater than or equal to n. So based on this, we are going to solve this problem. So what they are given is limit x tends to a, box of f of x plus g of x is equal to 2 they are given. That means we can take f of x plus g of x is less than 2 plus 1 means 3 and greater than or equal to 2, right? This is the first one. And similarly, they are given another limit like limit x tends to a, box of f of x minus g of x is equal to 1. Means from here we can write f of x minus g of x is less than 1 plus 1, 2, greater than or equal to 1. So let it be equation 2. So if I'll add this 1 plus 2, if I'll add the 1 plus 2, what I'll get is f of x plus g of x plus f of x minus g of x is less than the 5, and greater than or equal to 3. So plus gx minus gx cancel. 2 f of x is less than the 5, greater than or equal to 3. That means f of x will be less than 5 by 2, greater than or equal to 3 by 2. So let it be 3. So when I'll subtract these two, means 1 minus 2. So what you will get? Yet 2g of x you will get. 2g of x is less than 1 and greater than or equal to 1. Means very clearly we are understanding that g of x is equal to 1 by 2. G of x is equal to 1 by 2. And from here, so if I'll multiply this 3 and 4, so f of x into g of x will be less than 5 by 4. If I'll multiply 1 by 2, 5 by 4, greater than or equal to 3 by 4. That means, therefore, limit x tends to a, f of x is equal to 3 by 4 exist, and it is 3 by 4. So this is the option, exist, and 3 by 4 is the option. So hope you understand this clearly. And let's see few small questions based on the left hand limit and right hand limit. So question number 5 here. So 5 is limit x tends to 0, 3 mod x plus x by 7 mod x minus 5x. So what is the value of this one? So when you have these special functions like modulus functions and step functions, fractional part functions, least integer functions, compulsory you have to check the left hand limit and right hand limit. So left hand limit x tends to 0 minus. So 0 minus 3 mod x minus x by 7 mod x minus 5x. Here x tending to 0 minus means that is nothing but x is less than 0. When x is less than 0, mod x will become minus x, right? So that means limit x tends to 0, minus 3x minus x by minus 7x minus 5x, which is equal to limit x tends to 0, minus 4x by minus 12x. So which is 1 by 3, So let's see right hand limit. So right hand limit means limit x tends to 0 plus the function 3 mod x minus plus x by here it is plus x, that means here it is plus, so minus 2 it will be, so it will become 1 by 6. 3 mod x by 7 mod x minus 5x. So here x tends to 0 plus means x is greater than 0, correct? 0 plus, little lesser than the 0. So this mod x becomes plus x. So we can write this one as limit x tends to 0, 3x plus x by 7x minus 5x, which is equal to limit x tends to 0, 4x by 2x. So x cancel. So right hand limit will become 2. So here left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit. So limit of function does not exist. Limit of function does not exist. So hope you understand clearly. So next, let's see one more question here. Question number 6. Question number 6 is Here, very small question, limit x tends to 2 plus mod x minus 2 by x minus 2. So they're asking for right hand limit. What is the right hand limit of this one? So when x tends to 2 plus, mod of x minus 2 will become plus x minus 2 only. So that means we can write this one as limit x tends to 2, x minus 2 by x minus 2. So when we cancel this one, so its value will be 1. Its value will be 1. So let's see one more small question. That limit x tends to pi, limit x tends to pi, box of x. Here, this denotes box denotes greatest integer function. So how can we solve this one? So if you see this directly, if you substitute here in this, pi value is nothing but 3.14. So box of 3.14 is equal to 3, right? So the value of this one is 3. So hope you understand it clearly. So thank you very much for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like and share. Thank you all.